The moment I, Emily, stepped into the grand hall, everything looked perfect. The soft glow of chandeliers, the gentle hum of the orchestra, the smiling faces of family and friends. It all painted a picture of joy. But inside me, a storm raged silently. Last night, I discovered a secret about Ethan, the man I was about to marry, something that could shatter everything I believed about him. I clutched my bouquet tightly, pretending my hands weren't shaking. Every step down the aisle felt heavier than the last, as if the floor beneath me wanted to swallow me whole. My heart pounded, but my face stayed calm, showing the world the perfect bride. Behind that smile, anger, disbelief, and hurt battled for control. Today, I carried a secret that could destroy Ethan, and no one. Not a single soul suspected a thing. I still remember the first time I met Ethan. It was at a coffee shop, and he had this easy smile that made everyone around him feel comfortable. He struck up a conversation about my favorite book, and somehow in that moment, the world felt smaller, warmer, like it was just the two of us. I couldn't have imagined then that this charming, kind man would one day stand at the altar with me. Over the next 2 years, our relationship felt like a dream. He was thoughtful, respectful, and always seemed to put me first. Every little gesture, text messages in the morning, surprise coffee dates, quiet evenings talking about everything and nothing, made me believe I had found someone truly loyal. Planning the wedding together was the happiest time of my life. From choosing flowers to tasting cake to sending out invitations, every step was filled with excitement and hope. I imagined our life after the wedding, full of love, laughter, and endless possibilities. Everything about Ethan and me seemed perfect. Or so I thought. Weeks before the wedding, I started noticing subtle changes in Ethan, things I could barely put into words at first. He would get lost in thought for hours, staring at his phone, and sometimes he'd snap at me over the tiniest things. Late-night calls became more frequent, and he would quickly hide the phone whenever I walked into the room. At first, I told myself it was just stress, just the chaos of wedding planning. But little moments started adding up. He would cancel plans last minute without explanation. Texts that once were full of warmth became short, almost mechanical. When I asked him about it, he would smile and say, "It's nothing. Emily, just work stuff. Don't worry." And for a while I believed him, because I wanted to believe in our perfect love story. Yet deep down, a nagging feeling refused to let me rest. I tried to ignore it, calling it paranoia, convincing myself that I was imagining things. But every late-night disappearance, every distracted glance, planted tiny seeds of doubt in my heart. The Emily who trusted blindly began to question everything silently. And though I tried to push it away, a part of me knew something was terribly wrong. Something I wasn't ready to face until the night before the wedding. It was late at night, and the house was silent except for the faint hum of the refrigerator. I was going through some wedding details on Ethan's laptop when I stumbled upon a folder he thought I'd never notice. My heart froze. Inside was a string of messages, secret conversations with someone else, messages full of lies, plans, and promises he had made behind my back. Every word hit me like a punch. The man I trusted, the man I was about to marry, had been living a double life. Months of smiles, sweet texts, and late-night I love yous were nothing but a carefully crafted illusion. I sank to the floor, clutching the laptop, tears blurring my vision. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak, they all collided inside me. But amid the storm of emotions, a quiet resolve formed. I would not let this destroy me, or ruin the moment I had been preparing for. I decided to stay calm, hide the truth for now, and wait for the right moment. The wedding day would come, and when it did, Ethan would face the consequences of his lies. I wiped my tears, took a deep breath, and stood up. I had a secret, and it would change everything. That night, after the tears dried and the shaking stopped, something inside me shifted. I realized I didn't want a loud confrontation, a messy fight, or a broken wedding scene filled with chaos. No, Ethan didn't deserve my anger. He deserved the truth to hit him when he least expected it. I spent hours thinking, breathing, planning. I would confront him, but on my terms, not in a private moment he could twist or talk his way out of. I decided to expose him at the one place where he had pretended the most, our wedding. The place where he wanted to look perfect. The moment where he expected me to stand silently at his side. All the next morning, I acted normal. I smiled at the makeup artist, joked with my bridesmaids, and let everyone believe I was the happiest bride in the world. Inside, I was preparing myself, steadying my voice, fixing my emotions, rehearsing the truth I would reveal. When I finally walked into the ceremony, a strange calm settled over me. My steps were steady. My face was peaceful. No one could see the storm I carried. But I knew exactly what I was about to do, and so would Ethan. As the officiant began the vows, I felt every eye in the room on me, yet I was strangely calm. Ethan stood there, smiling, completely unaware of the storm about to hit him. My hand tightened around the bouquet, and then, at the exact moment he reached for my hand, I paused. "I have something to say," I began, my voice steady. Silence fell. Something that changes. Everything. I pulled out my phone and projected the messages for everyone to see, the secret. Conversations, the lies, the betrayals Ethan had thought I'd never discover. Ethan's smile faltered. His words caught in his throat. The confident man I had loved stood frozen, exposed in front of family, friends, and witnesses. Gasps rippled through the crowd. People whispered, some covered their mouths in shock. I took a deep breath, held my head high, and said, "This is the truth, Ethan. And this is why I cannot marry someone who betrayed my trust." Turning gracefully, I walked down the aisle, my steps deliberate, my heart pounding, but my dignity intact. The room buzzed with disbelief, and Ethan was left speechless, realizing his carefully built illusion had crumbled before everyone. I stepped out of the grand hall, the cool evening air brushing against my face. For a moment, I let myself breathe, really breathe, for the first time in months. The weight of betrayal was still there, but it no longer had the power to crush me. I had walked away, not broken, not defeated, but stronger than I had ever imagined. My phone buzzed with messages from family and friends, all offering support, love, and reassurance. "You did the right thing," Sarah texted. "We're proud of you." Each message reminded me that my worth wasn't defined by Ethan's lies, but by my courage to face the truth and protect my dignity. Ethan, of course, faced the consequences of his actions. Whispers followed him, trust from friends and family shattered, and the illusion of perfection he had built for himself crumbled completely. As for me, I focused on healing, rediscovering my passions, and rebuilding my life on my own terms. Every step forward reminded me that self-respect and inner strength are far more powerful than anger or revenge. Sometimes walking away is the greatest victory of all. Looking back, the hardest lesson I learned was to trust my instincts. For months, I ignored the small warnings, the uneasy feelings, and the little moments that didn't feel right. I wanted to believe in love so badly that I let myself be blind to the truth. But instinct rarely lies. Betrayal cuts deep, leaving scars you cannot see, and heartbreak can feel unbearable. Yet I realized that self-respect must always come first. No matter how much love you feel, no one has the right to break your trust or manipulate your heart. Walking away, though painful, became my act of courage, my silent but powerful form of revenge. Healing isn't about anger or retaliation, it's about reclaiming your life and your peace. Self-love is stronger than resentment, stronger than the desire for revenge. Each step I took away from Ethan was a step toward freedom, toward rebuilding a life rooted in honesty, dignity, and inner strength. In the end, the real victory isn't exposing the liar, it's choosing yourself, even when it's hardest.